There are a few things you can do to keep your new bow fresh for a longer time. Let me show you. One question people often have is if they should apply oil or wax to the surface of the bow. Falco bows are always lacquered at least 3 times over, so you do not need to do either of those things. In fact, you even can't very well because the surface is already fully sealed with a layer of lacquer. But because it's a lacquer, you do want to avoid any kind of mechanical damage impacting the bow. In particular, corners, metal objects, car doors and so forth is something to look out for. Another important point is you don't want dirt or really anything to go in between the string and the string groove. And a way this might happen for many people is that they develop this habit of putting the bow on the ground tip first and then even maybe lean on it waiting for their turn to shoot. Now that's obviously a bad habit, but you can replace that with a good habit by placing the bow on the tip of your shoe instead. Now let's talk a little bit about storage. A bow should be stored always without the string, and actually we suggest you take the string off at least for every night, if not even between shooting sessions in one particular day. And you want to store the bow, hopefully in a cover. That's always suggested to avoid the mechanical damage aspect of it. But you want to store your bow always at room temperature, never in too cold and certainly not close to a source of heat, such as a radiator or perhaps a fireplace. And that's important to keep the bow layers nice and intact. Finally, let's discuss string as well, a very important part of the bow. You will notice that when you get your bow, the string feels kind of sticky. That's because we have waxed the string for you. However, this layer of wax does wear off over time, and we strongly suggest that you reapply it. For that, you can use almost any kind of string wax. We have here Seal-Tite or Textite by Boning, and you can get this from any archery store. And what you want to do is you want to apply a little bit of it to the string like this. And this should be done about every 4th or 5th shooting session. And then apply a bit of heat by just rubbing it in with your fingers or a piece of leather. That's enough. You do that to the entire length of the string, except this middle section, which you do not need to wax normally, unless it starts threading here somewhere. And that's enough to keep the string about 10 times longer than you would if you did not wax it. That's it. Take care of your bow, keep it safe, and it'll serve you for a long time.